Good morning everyone. So children, we were discussing about the 5 stages of evolution of humans, right? In the last class we discussed about the 3 stages: the southern ape, handyman and the upright man. So we discussed that southern ape had curved fingers and toes, they were short in height and had smaller brains. Handyman were the first to make tools. Then the third stage we discussed was the upright man. They were the hominids who looked more like the human being of today, with a completely straight back. Their brains were bigger than handyman and made better tools. They were the first to learn how to make fire. After the discovery of fire, their life improved in many ways. They started eating cooked food. Before that, they used to eat raw, everything raw. So in today's class, we will discuss the last 2 stages of evolution of humans, that is Neanderthals and Cro-Magnons. So let's get started. Alright, so the 4th stage is Neanderthal. The next stage in the recording of the evolution of humans comes with the finding of the remains of human skeletons in the Neander Valley in Germany. These humans have been named Neanderthals and are believed to have lived around 150,000 years ago. They appeared in Europe during the Ice Age, when most of the earth was covered in ice and snow. So, the scientists have found human skeletons in a valley called Neander, which is in Germany, and so they are named as Neanderthals. They got the name from the Neander Valley because the remains, the skeletons were found in that valley. So, on the basis of this finding, they are believed to have lived around 150,000 years ago. They are said to have appeared in Europe during the Ice Age. Now, Ice Age is that period of time when most of the earth was covered in snow and ice. The Neanderthals were tall and strong. They were also called wise men because they had large and well developed brains. They were intelligent and found ways to make their life better. So, these people were very tall and strong. They were also called wise men because they had large and well developed brains. Their brains now developed, they were becoming intelligent, and because they had well developed brain, they found ways to make their life better. They were excellent hunters and used several kinds of tools made of stone. They hunted the huge mammoths. The mammoths are animals like large elephants, okay, that lived thousands of years ago, and other large animals living on earth in those days for their food, shelter and clothing. They stitched their clothes from the skin of animals and made warm boots. So, Neanderthals, they were very good hunters. The hunters are those people who hunt animals, who kill animals in the jungle. So, they used to go to the jungle and hunt animals, and they used different kinds of tools made out of stone to kill the animals. They hunted very large animals like mammoths, okay, for their food, for their shelter and for clothing. So, you see, now they also started using clothes made or not of like normal clothes like we wear, but they used to make clothes out of animal skin or whatever they got. So, now we can see that they are developing, isn't it? They are becoming more civilized. They also used to stitch their clothes from the skin of animals and made warm boots, because they were at that time when earth was covered in snow. So, they need to keep themselves warm. Okay. By this time, human beings had started living in small communities and took care of their families. The Neanderthals were the first to bury their dead. They even performed some simple ceremonies. So, by now they had started living in small communities, in small groups, okay, together in a group, and they also took care of their families like we do, and they were the first human being to bury their dead. It means whenever someone dies in our community, in our society, or in our family, what do? We bury the dead bodies, right? So, it all started from here. Neanderthals were the first humans to bury their dead. They also used to perform some simple ceremonies. We do not know why the Neanderthals gradually died out. Recent research shows that the Neanderthals probably could not survive the cold climate, as they did not have the tools needed to make warm clothes. So, it says that the Neanderthals gradually died out, and we do not know the reason, exact reason why they slowly died out. But recent research shows that they probably could have died because of the cold climate. So, remember, the scientists, they found out that Neanderthals appeared during the ice age, when most of the earth was covered in snow, ice. So, they to protect themselves from the cold climate, they needed warm clothes, and they could not make warm clothes because they did not have the tools needed to make warm clothes. So, it is believed that this might be the reason why Neanderthals gradually died out. Alright, now the last stage, Cro-Magnon, also called modern human. So, we are in this stage now, we are modern human. Okay. So, let us see how it started. When the Neanderthals began slowly disappearing, a new set of people appeared in Europe and Asia about 40,000 years ago. These people were named the Cro-Magnons, after the place in France where they were first found. They moved from one place to another and were called hunter-gatherers. They hunted animals and gathered food. So, after the Neanderthals disappeared, a new set of people, a new group of people appeared in Europe and Asia, and that was about 40,000 years ago, and they were called Cro-Magnons. Cro-Magnons moved from one place to another and were called hunter-gatherers. So, hunter means, I already told you, one who hunts animals in the jungle, and gatherers means one who collects. So, hunter gatherer means they used to hunt animals and gather food, and that is why they were called hunter gatherer. They were used to move from one place to another hunting animals and then collecting food. Alright, their tools became more refined, that is sharper and better made. They started living in groups and each group had a leader. They used fur and hides of animals, grass and the bark of trees for making clothes and building huts. Men spent their time hunting and gathering, while women looked after the household and children. Now, since they were developing, their brains were developing, they made better tools, sharper tools, which were more useful than before, and they also started living in groups, and each group had one leader, okay, like we do have. and then they also started making house, small hut, okay, and they used to make clothes with the help of fur, animals fur, and hides of animals, means skin of animals. So, they used to use skin and fur of animals, grass and bark of trees for making clothes and building huts. And men, they used to spend their time hunting and gathering, they used to hunt and gather food, and women, they used to look after the household work, and they also used to look after the children. So, we can see that they were now more civilized. As they lived more settled lives now, the Cro-Magnons had enough time to relax and turn their attention to activities such as painting, making jewelry and pottery, carving statues from bones and stones, and so on. So, now as their life became more settled here, they got enough time to sit and relax, and then they indulged in activities such as painting, making jewelry and pottery, and other activities. Cave paintings of these times have been found in various places of the world. These are the ways in which they express themselves. The cave paintings and drawings contain a lot of information about the kind of life people lived about 35,000 to 40,000 years ago. They show animals, hunting scenes, people, fire, and many more things. Natural colors were used. It is amazing how these works of art have survived till now. So, cave paintings of these times have been found in various places of the world. Since there were no language, so people used to express themselves through paintings and drawings in the walls. These paintings and drawings contain a lot of information about the kind of life people lived then. You can see here in these two pictures, okay, painting of animals, isn't it? Here you can see. So, they show animals, hunting scenes, people, fire, and many other things, which tells us how people were, how they lived their life, what kind of life people lived. And they used to use natural colors. So, the second picture that you see here is the cave painting of early humans at Bhimbetka in Madhya Pradesh. Here you can see some animals, drawing of some animals, isn't it? So, these paintings and drawings are still there. Isn't it amazing to know that? Now, here is something to know. The Bhimbetka caves in Madhya Pradesh in India are a World Heritage Site and are famous for early human artwork. So, in Madhya Pradesh, these Bhimbetka caves are very famous for early human artwork. This second picture is example of one of those. You will find paintings and drawings of early humans in these caves. The process of evolution continued, lifestyles changed, and many new discoveries were made by the early humans. So, discoveries means finding new things which were not known before, unknown things. They began to do farming. The wheel was invented. With the help of these discoveries, early humans gradually improved their living conditions and moved towards modernization. So, modernization means making something modern or more suitable for use. So, as the evolution continued, lifestyle changed, many new discoveries, many new inventions were there. Early humans, they gradually improved, they developed, their living condition improved, and they moved towards modernization. And here we are in the modern age. Everything is available, isn't it? It's our life is far more better, settled and easier than those of the early humans, isn't it? Everything is so easily available to us. Whatever we need, whatever we want, we don't have to struggle for the food so much. We have clothes to wear, we have houses. Now here is the timeline which will help you to understand the time period of the 5 stages of evolution of humans. So you see, Southern ape appeared 4 million years ago. Handyman appeared 2 million years ago. That means exactly after 2 million years. Upright man appeared 1.6 million years ago. Neanderthals appeared 150,000 years ago, and Cro-Magnon, which is a modern humans, appeared 40,000 years ago, and it's still continuing. So that's all in this chapter. I hope you understood the evolution of humans, how we changed, the different stages, and I hope you must have found this interesting. And we have more such interesting stories, in fact real stories, in further chapters. So if you want to know more about human beings, about the people in the past, then you must read the book, read the chapters. I'll obviously explain it to you in further classes. Okay, so next class we will be doing we'll be solving the exercises. Okay, so till then you will read, learn and keep watching. Thank you.